the Minnesota Vikings, to me, are not a good football team. And I think I said this at the beginning of the year.
Escape after escape after escape after escape. And I think through 9 games, they've used up their 9 lives.
Do I think they're as good as their record says they are? I don't.
I think they're fraudulent. I know their quarterback is fraudulent. About the Vikings, they are the weirdest concoction of a team at 10-3.
They are what we thought they were. They are the 2020 Steelers.
To go with the Vikings and their late game magic and what we've seen, and I'm going to go 21-20 Vikings.
Vikings win 30-17. The Colts aren't good enough to hang with the Vikings.
And you look at this and you're like, oh, the Vikings going to win this game easy. The Colts are a mess.
You may think you know the outcome of the game, but you'll never know how it unfolds when it's the Minnesota Vikings. It started like you would expect a Viking team to go down. They give up a lot of yards on defense, but make a crazy goal line stand to bend but not break and keep the Colts to only getting a field goal. And the Vikings' first offensive drive is where the fun really starts. Vikings elect to punt on 4th and 6, and the punt gets blocked and returned for a touchdown. Good special teams play from the Colts, and that will continue throughout. It is now 10-0. On the next offensive drive, Vikings create a nice halfback pitch play, which was well designed as Justin Jefferson goes in motion, making the defense believe that he is getting the ball. As he goes in motion, we see 2 linebackers look off and look away from Cook, who actually gets the ball and converts into a massive run. But unfortunately, the very next play, Dalvin Cook fumbles and the Colts recover. Bad breaks for the Vikings so far. The Colts drive right down the field. Eric Kendricks gets sucked up by the play action, which allows Jelani Woods to go right by him for a huge gain. Vikings defense plays the goal line man coverage. Eric Kendricks, once again, he gets stuck behind the tight end running a most likely designed hitch route, leaving Deion Jackson open for a touchdown. It is now 17-0. On the next offensive drive, the Vikings go for it on 4th down on their own 30-yard line and get stuffed. Not the best call in my opinion, but if you want to try and win back the game, win back the fans, this is a call that you have to make, and honestly I do not agree with it early in the game like this. But surprisingly enough, the Vikings defense holds strong and only gives up a field goal. It is now 20-0. At this point, you would think that the worst game is already out of the way, and it's time to show up at home and play some football. Not quite yet. Another desperate 4th down attempt, but this one is a fake field goal, so a little bit of a surprise this time. It falls just short of complete. Colts get it at the Vikings 30 again and only get a field goal, so the defense is playing pretty solid so far. It is now 23-0. On the next drive, we pass it to Jalen Reagor, which mostly spells disaster when I watch him get the ball. And this time, I'm right again. It leads to a pick 6. Not the best throw in my opinion, but now it's 30-0 at home against one of the worst teams in the NFL record-wise. And as the half comes to a close, the Colts drive down the field and wind up kicking a field goal to end the half, and they are leading 33-0. Now, most NFL fans at this point would turn the game off and watch something else for the time being. Even most Vikings fans would leave the stadium or turn it off. You are down 33-0 at halftime. You played the worst football of the entire season for probably any team in the entire NFL. Now, if you see here, here's a TikTok I made. You can find a bunch on my actual TikTok where I have the original videos where I actually believed in the Vikings and made a bet mid-game that they would win the game. How did they complete the largest comeback in NFL history? Well, there were a couple key things. Ed Donatell's defense made crazy adjustments as in they started blitzing and started showing coverages that weren't just your standard vanilla coverages that you could dissect at the line of scrimmage. The offensive line started blocking and containing the 4-man rushes. KJ Osborne and Justin Jefferson started clicking, and they are just dogs on the field, I'm telling you. When a team leads like this, you will usually see a lot of teams let up and not be afraid to give up garbage time yards and garbage time plays. And Colts basically had a broken defensive play here and let KJ Osborne get a wide open 63-yard catch. As you can see here, it looks like man coverage since the cornerback follows Osborne across the field but doesn't get there fast enough, and one less man leaves Osborne wide open for a touchdown. And like I said before, Ed Donatel, the defensive coordinator, finally made some adjustments and not play soft. As you can see here, 3rd down and 7, he puts 6 guys on the line of scrimmage and sends 6. Colts run a wide receiver screen, and Cam Bynum blows this play up and makes a tackle to allow the Colts to kick a long field goal, which was their only points for the rest of the game. Another key to winning this game was not panicking. They still continued to run the ball even when they were down by 29 points. And this allows for play action to still be viable and force the defense to respect Dalvin Cook a little bit. And a lot of coaches would simply give up and go into shotgun passing mode because honestly, in a scenario like this, there's little chances of you coming back, so you might as well just start slinging the rock. And as you see here, Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver, starts eating up. And 3rd string wide receiver KJ Osborne continues to make plays to turn this wide receiver screen into a 1st down, hard running. Vikings get the 1st and goal and dial up a clever fullback dive, which looked like Cook was getting the ball the whole way. I mean, he lined up pretty strange on the line of scrimmage, and then he went in motion, fake pitch, hand off to CJ Ham, touchdown, another big 3rd down here. Vikings send 5 guys and play a cover 1 robber. Harrison Smith drops down and surveys the middle of the field, taking away any intermediate and underneath routes, which leads to a terrible ball from Matt Ryan. On the next Vikings offensive possession, we get to 2nd and 17, not the best scenario, but we have the Kirk to Jefferson connection was alive. A beautiful option play gets us a long 1st down, and an awful flag at the end of the play by the Pillow League refs. Another big improvement was the offensive line. Colts were mostly sending 4 men in the first half and still creating constant pressure in Kirk Cousins' face. But now, as you see here, he has a clean pocket and delivers a rifle to Justin Jefferson. 3rd and 2, and this is just one of the nastiest routes you will see. In the red zone, you get one-on-one coverage with an elite but older Stephon Gilmore, who hit so hard with this option route that it left Justin Jefferson wide open for a touchdown. It is now 36-21 with more than 12 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Wait a second. We gotta watch this route again. He's like, oh my God. Once again, we have another crucial 3rd down. Colts continue to make mistakes as Pittman drops the ball on 2nd down the play before. Vikings now have 6 guys on the line of scrimmage and actually do send 5, and the Colts call another wide receiver screen that gets sniffed out very early. And at this point, they should probably stop doing them given they have gotten a total of -2 yards in this game on those plays, so yeah. And the Vikings offense continues to make play after play after play and continue to drive down the field until we throw the ball to Jalen Reagor on a deep route yet again. Now, remember what I said earlier?
Pass it to Jalen Reagor, which mostly...
And I will not put the blame on Kirk Cousins here. Jalen Reagor just stops running the route completely. Like, I don't know what route he's trying to run that forces you to stop mid-route across the field. And honestly, he was only in because Justin Jefferson got rocked the play before, so he had to step out for this play. And on the next Colts offensive possession, the Vikings D-line generates some pressure, which leads to a rushed incomplete 3rd down pass. The Colts honestly were not looking to score most of the second half, and I don't blame them. I mean, Jeff Saturday is a very inexperienced coach in this scenario, and the Vikings have the edge in coaching by a mile, so I wasn't expecting to see such unwillingness to score on offense. I don't know. They just wanted to hold on to the very lead they had. It was a big one, let's give it that. And when you intercept the ball at the 2-yard line like the Colts did, and then don't move on offense, you usually get good field position, and the Vikings got just that. It's 3rd and goal here. Colts think it's a run play. Adam Thielen blocks. He releases, and it's too late to smell the play action. 28-36. This is a 1-possession game at this point. I'm going crazy as I watch this live. And then we get the controversial fumble, scoop, and score. For some reason, the refs decided that they wanted to cheat a little bit in this game. Not only did they call this fumble and touchdown dead, but they did the same thing earlier on a play in the game that was called dead way too early. And I can't seem to find it anywhere online, but Chandon Sullivan got cheated out of 2 defensive touchdowns in the same game. And the refs have the nerve to call unsportsmanlike conduct? Luck you didn't get swatted like the Dikembe Mutombo with that kind of attitude, Mr. Refs. So the Vikings get the ball back, 15 yards back farther than they should have been. The Colts defense does hold strong, and before Kirk Cousins decides to hit the afterburners, he gets hit for a 1-yard gain. But yet again, the Vikings have all 3 timeouts, 2:52 on the clock, means the Colts have to play some offense. From what I saw in this game, the Colts had no sense of desire to win this game from the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they ran the ball 4 straight times on this possession, and they failed to pick up the 4th and 1, even with Matt Ryan's long giraffe body. I mean, what are they doing? And the very next play, a 60-yard touchdown pass that was a screen to Dalvin Cook. He goes all the way down the field, making people miss left and right, and now we have to pick up the crucial 2-point conversion. And now we pick up the 2-point conversion. The game is tied. The Colts pretty much run a straight zone coverage across the board. Everyone is responsible for a zone across the field, straight across pretty much. TJ Hawkinson forces a one-on-one concept with the safety and converts it with his big old frame, bro. Good pickup by the Vikings. That's what I'm talking about. The defense continues to make plays, I mean, when it matters most. First down, Eric Kendricks gets a sack, and then Duke Shelley makes an insane tackle right at the sticks, and the Colts are forced to punt yet again. Skol my Vikings, let's go. And even with the time we have left, we couldn't do nothing with it. The Colts defense held strong, and we are heading to overtime, baby. We are going to complete the biggest comeback in NFL history right here, right now. And now the defense has to make another crucial play on 3rd and long to complete the historic comeback. So what happens? The Vikings come out in their nickel package with a double A-gap blitz look. Yes, I play a lot of Madden. And they do send a safety blitz while the 2 linebackers back up and play hook zones. And this blitz is just dialed perfectly. And there is no chance for Matt Ryan to get this ball out. So he throws a duck in the middle of the field. And once we get the ball back, we just need a field goal to win the game. Captain Kirk continues to operate like a goddamn general on the field and make some great throws. I mean, this pass to Adam Thielen, a straight dizzy kill. And since we got 20 seconds left, we're thinking, let's get a little more yards. Let's give Greg Joseph a little bit of a chance at this field goal, make it a little bit easier on him. So what do? We run a wide receiver screen to the best wide receiver in the NFL, Justin Jefferson, which was a genius play. I mean, we already won the numbers game on that side of the ball, and none of the defensive linemen really pick up the play fast enough. And just to top it off, number 59 on the Colts, whoever that is, dry humps Justin Jefferson for a delay of game. Couldn't have made it more obvious. Greg Joseph gets a chance at a 40-yard field goal. And he makes it. The Vikings just completed the largest comeback in NFL history. That is how you do it, folks. And no one expected us to win this game. I told you this. But I did. I thought we were going to win. I had a feeling in my gut. I know my Vikings better than anyone else. And that's how you complete the greatest comeback in NFL history. But this isn't over for the Vikings. I'll tell you right now. We have bigger aspirations. I'm telling you. Calling it right here first. Vikings are winning the Super Bowl.
33-point comeback by the Vikings was the largest in any game in NFL history. It broke the record.
Kirk, no team had ever come back from 33 points down and won a game until today. How did you pull off the biggest comeback in NFL history?
We just pulled off the biggest comeback in NFL history. Okay, I need a second, Tom.
Came in this locker room at halftime. It couldn't get much worse. We couldn't have done more to allow that other team to win the football game. But I just felt it. I felt each and every one of you. I felt the captains with your C's on your chest, understanding that we were about to go break an all-time regular season or playoff record for comeback victory to win.